Hey everybody, and welcome to day 2 of FRI 2025, Fire Rescue International. This is Jarrett Rhyner. He is UVT's Public Safety Manager. And if yesterday was any indication of this event and how it's going to go, we are so looking forward to day 2 and having more excellent conversations with lots of different public safety personnel, fire chiefs that are very interested in drones in the drone world. Jarrett, thanks so much for joining for day 2. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, happy to be here.
We had talked a lot yesterday just about starting drone programs and what that looks like and kind of the importance of starting drone programs. And I'd love to touch on that a little bit and lean into, so we have kind of built the framework and foundation of a drone program. And then you have drone programs that kind of fizzle out.
Sure.
Right? Over the course of maybe a year or two, when instead they could have been sustainable for year after year after year. Why do you think that is? Why do they fizzle out?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different reasons why that happens. And I think primarily the main focus when starting a drone program should be its longevity, right? There's so many different facets to the program. There's a lot of granularity in the equipment, the hardware purchase, right? So we also have software, we have training, we have certifications, FAA approvals, waivers. There's so many different pieces other than just that first hardware purchase.
Right.
And there's a lot of excitement around the hardware purchase. If we're being honest, people get super excited about the new flashy camera, the new equipment that we get to use. Drones are fun, right? Drones are fun, right? And so I think one of the things that here at UVT that we've been successful with and that we've helped our customers to be successful is not overlooking those pieces, right?
Yeah.
So that comes into effect when we talk about again, maybe prior to your initial purchase, we want to have conversations about budget, how far we can stretch our budget, or if we're limited to a certain amount, what is the most effective equipment for that price point versus, how much can we spend on our drone and then kind of leave the rest of the stuff on the wayside, right? We that's not how we want to structure things.
Right.
Some other points that are super important, training, right? So UVT offers for all public safety agencies, law enforcement, fire, emergency management, search and rescue teams, we offer included training. So that's where one of our certified team members comes out to your location to provide you with that in-person, hands-on, in-flight training. Takes away a lot of the nerves from the first time that you send a very expensive drone platform up into the air.
Right.
There's a lot of different standard operating procedures, right? So we want to talk about. We're having a lot of fun at the show today. I'm not sure if you can hear, but we overlook again. Important focus on standard operating procedures, right?
Yeah.
Our public safety personnel, our customers are so kind of set in ways about how to approach an emergent situation, right? We get a call out, well, we already have those standard procedures in place on how to attend, how to help those civilians, how to help the community through whatever that emergency is. Maybe it's a structure fire, maybe it's a water rescue, a car accident, crash reconstruction, wildfire, endless possibilities. It takes a lot of forethought and effort to plan how to properly utilize the drone team, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a SWAT team, right?
Yeah.
It's another aspect, another division of your agency that you now have resource to deploy. And with that goes a lot of thought, right? We need to plan how to effectively manage that resource that's now available to us once we have our drone program propped up.
Right.
And without those, it can sometimes fall by the wayside. So we've seen agencies struggle with how to properly manage those deployments, and that again should be an important focus if you and your agency are focused on developing a drone program, right? We want to have that. I don't think script is the right word, but we want to have that standard set order of operations set out to aid us in deployment.
Yeah, so good. And I have a couple just follow-up questions. As far as training, we actually have a whole training arm that we have as a part of UVT RTS, which solely focuses on public safety training. In that, can you unpack a little bit more about RTS and kind of what is offered through their excellent service?
Yeah, absolutely. So RTS is an organization that conducts customized training. So we of course have prepackaged courses that the RTS team, the proctors, run on a regular basis. Check out our website, the uvt.us/events, for all of our most current courses. But what I'm thrilled about partnering with RTS on is their willingness and ability to customize courses. Right, so the sister show maybe to FRI, IACP for law enforcement. We had a lot of customers come to us at IACP saying that they needed training in a different part of the country, or for transit authority applications, which isn't specifically not a standard branch of law enforcement, but just as important, right? Yeah. And RTS was able and willing to develop a course around the specific use cases that they'll need, right? A greater metro area transit authority, although maybe they'll be deployed one day to a wildfire, it's not their typical thing. So we don't want to, one of the common themes is one size does not fit all.
That's right.
And we keep coming back to that. UVT's thrilled to partner with RTS because they understand that, right? They want to customize their offering for specific agencies, for the needs of those agencies, and we've seen huge positive outcomes for that tailored training.
Yeah, so good. Thanks so much for diving into that a little bit. I think my second follow-up question, so training is one of those reasons that often a department's drone program or fleet, they've spent all of this money, they have all of this, they got the initial training, maybe, and it fizzles out. But then budget, right? So it's not just purchasing that hardware and even some of the software the first year, but then what does it look like year over year over year to kind of help maintain, right, that software? Unpack that a little bit more for us as far as fleet management goes.
Yeah, we got a lot to unpack. So fleet management, a strong indicator, I'll say, of the success of a program. We find that when an agency elects to incorporate some type of fleet management, they have a lot more longevity to their program, a lot more success, a lot more attention to standard maintenance intervals, right? The health of their equipment. Just like a fire department cleans and maintains their fire truck impeccably.
Right, constantly.
They all look beautiful here, by the way.
They do.
It's a very similar thing. We want to make sure that our equipment is in top notch, right? Is constantly operating at peak efficiency. So, in order to do that, a fleet management software helps us manage those intervals, right?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the fleet management offerings are moving more towards a subscription base. The subscription model, I think, is one that's a little bit frustrating, a little bit tedious maybe. We don't like paying for things every year. But the added benefit to the subscription model for things like fleet management is that you're constantly getting the most up-to-date features, right? The software developers, DroneSense, Vodix, AirData, the list goes on. I'm sorry if I left your specific manufacturer out, but the list goes on, and all of these companies are innovating wildly with our new hardware, and they're integrating all of the different platforms to provide notifications to UAS program managers to assist with developing those SOPs and making sure that we don't miss maintenance intervals, and ensuring that when our equipment is called out, it's ready to go, and we know which batteries to use, we know what software updates are necessary and what software updates to sometimes not implement.
It's good.
Constant updates.
Wisconsin. Well, Jarrett, thanks so much. It is busy here on the show floor, you all, and I don't want to keep Jarrett away too long. Thanks so much for joining us. We are going to be back here in just a little while to talk more about drones, specific products, and maybe even about counter drones in that space.
We got lots of cool toys to showcase, and if you're here in the show, come see us. And if you're watching this later, come next year.
We'll see y'all.